Thank God. Buster finally did something.
Right? I mean, it probably should have happened at the beginning of the season, though.
Yeah, that would have been much better. I was starting to worry it wouldn't happen at all.
Yeah, it was rough. Especially after he didn't do anything during the winter. Like, that would have been much better.
But no. Instead, we've had to struggle series to series.
Yeah, it was getting ridiculous.
And finally, we have one easy
Episode.
series.
Wait,
what
do
did
you mean? No. What do you
mean?
I mean, at least we have something to talk about on the podcast.
Wait, the podcast? I thought we were talking about how this helps the Giants.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess maybe that too. Bob, hit it!
Welcome to Giant Cocktails, where the humor is elite, but the baseball sucks. Oh yeah, here are your hosts, Ben and Matthew Henry.
Welcome to episode 363 of Giant Cocktails. 363.
Why are we still doing this?
And like 360 of those were just the Giants were crappy.
No, they were crappy for some of them. And for some of them, they were good. And for like 107 games, they were amazing. And then most of the time, they've just been mediocre, dude. This isn't that.
All right. Well, before we get into all that, Brandon Crawford, during better times, had a 363 slugging percentage for the 2013 Giants.
Oh.
Crawford appeared in 149 games and slashed 248, 311, 363 with an OPS plus of 93 while accumulating 2.4 BWAR, which would still be the best player on the current Giants team, Ben.
Wait, OPS plus 93 would be the best player on the team?
I'm not looking it up, but
okay,
it feels that way.
It feels that way. Now, you know what? Let's go with it. Yeah.
I'm sure like Casey Schmidt or, or Luis
what is it going to do? Is it going to make us feel better? Is it going to make us feel better if it turns out that's not true? Yeah.
It's not. But that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm just going to get this out of the way. Okay. I don't want to be like people thinking, oh, Matthew's the optimist. He's going to give us his here's how things are going to be shiny all for the Giants. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it right now.
Yeah. Okay, so last week we tried Ben doing angry rants. Not last episode, rather. It feels like a week ago, because that's how long the last 3 days were. But that didn't work, right?
Not at all.
I mean, no. In fact, I think it made him worse. You know, it's like I've been doing a lot of substitute teaching, Matthew, and you really have to change your style if you're in the the remedial middle school math class versus the TK class, right? And I sub at all levels. And I got to tell you, when you accidentally try to use the remedial math middle school class techniques to the TK kids, they cry.
Are you making kids cry, Ben? Are you making kids cry?
Just the one time. Just the one time when I asked them why they keep screwing up the don't go sign when coaching third base, and they did cry a little bit. They did cry a little bit, mainly because they didn't understand what I was talking about.
Enough with the banter. Let's talk cocktails.
Oh, you're right, Bob. Sorry. I was doing that Ben thing again. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Bob, for saving us.
What are you drinking, Matthew?
Bob, Cinco de Mayo's coming up, which is really the only thing that I have looking forward to this next week, so it's got to be tequila. I'm drinking a cocktail I'm calling El Jardine. I'll tell you all about it at the end of the episode.
What are you drinking, Ben?
Well, Bob, I think Matthew's cocktail should be called El Jardine. Especially since we might not have an opportunity to make a reference like that again starting tomorrow. We don't know. But anyway, what am I drinking today, Bob? I'm drinking a cocktail that I'm calling Dom You, Forget About Me. And I will tell you what's in a Dom You, Don't Forget About Dom You, Forget About Me at the end of the episode.
Ooh, it looks very pretty. Anyway, today is Sunday, May 3rd, as we record this podcast.
Yeah, what happened, Matthew? Tell us all about it.
The Giants went 0-3.
Again?
To bring our record to 13-21. Hey, but at least we're not the Mets.
That's right.
Or the Angels.
The Angels, who are half a game worse than the Giants. That's right.
It's the only thing I have to latch onto at this point. And speaking of that, like, I want to be a Reds fan at this point, because how are the Reds at what they are? The Reds record right now is 20-14.
And yet,
their negative run differential is 22. Negative 22. So their expected win-loss is actually 15-19, and yet they are 20-14. They're 5 games better than their expected win-loss based on their run differential. Why can't the Giants have that kind of luck?
Because nobody has that kind of luck. I don't even... I knew that the Reds had a good record. I wasn't really paying attention to how they were doing it. Shocker. This isn't a Reds podcast, but that's amazing. It makes me want to go research that, because like whatever they've got, we should bottle it and give it to the Giants, because clearly we need it. If they found a way to win, Matthew, when giving up more runs than they score, allegedly that's not possible.
Probably eating lots of pierogies or something. I don't know.
Sure.
No, Skyline Chili. Is that Skyline Chili in Cincinnati?
I don't know why would I know anything about Cincinnati? The only thing I know about Cincinnati is they have a radio station called WKRP, and that's probably not true.
Probably not, but it would be really cool if it was.
Yeah, it would be cool if it was. What are you talking about today, Matthew?
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about the Tampa Bay series a little bit.
Okay, so that'll be short.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to dwell on it, but we got to talk about some things.
Well, let's devote a minute to each run the Giants scored. How about that?
And then we're going to talk about some impending news, the rumor mill, the all the pundits, the Pavloviches, the Slussers have been busy this evening, Ben, and we're going to talk about how that might impact the Giants.
Oh, something's happening?
Allegedly.
Well, Matthew, I mean, allegedly, I took a lot of something that didn't belong to me, but never convicted.
Okay, all right.
So, so am I a criminal? No, I am not. So I don't know how I feel about allegedly.
How about supposedly?
Okay. Okay, yeah, because that's how you get canceled. Supposedly a criminal. Okay.
But first, we should clear up some things and maybe a few tidbits. The first is a mistake.
We made another mistake? Bob, what are you doing?
Well,
why did we let Bob in the notes? This is what happens when you're playing around with OpenClaw, Matthew, and you create an agent called Bob. Okay, this is the sort of crap that starts to happen. This stuff starts showing up in our show notes.
I can't even blame it on Bob. I didn't check the facts before I told you that the Rays still played in the minor league park, and they don't.
What?
They play at Tropicana Field. It just feels like a minor league park.
Oh, I was going to say, because I watched highlights of some of the games, Matthew, and I could have sworn they were in a minor league park. So that was you're right. That was the Trop. They weren't in the minor league park. That's why it looks so dreary and empty.
Exactly. And the Trop ended up playing a very important part of one of the games.
God. It did.
But then roster changes.
Roster changes.
What you've been waiting for.
Yes.
Everybody who tuned into this podcast is waiting for this news.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor McDonald was optioned back to Sacramento.
What? That's the news. That's the roster news that you have for me.
That's what their transaction page says.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, so long, Mr. McDonald. E-I-E-I-O.
There might be some other stuff later. We'll see.
Okay,
see.
There might be some other changes that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Is that going to be related to the supposed rumors going around?
It will.
The mystery topic that you
The
won't...
mystery topic could include some of that.
Okay,
yes.
okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll have to wait until then. I'll hold my breath. And
All
because
right,
I'm
but we
holding my
should
breath,
talk about.
I can't talk about the Tampa Bay series. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, maybe I could talk about it, and we'll just watch Ben get purple while I do. First of all, the Giants scored very few runs in this 3-game series. Less than a run per game, actually, which isn't good. Not good at all. I mean, the first game, Robbie Ray, he wasn't perfect, and it cost him. But even if he'd been perfect, Robbie Ray couldn't have gotten the win. In fact, Robbie Ray could have given up 1 trillion runs, and it wouldn't have mattered because the Giants didn't score any. Hector Borg did screw up another base running call at third base.
God damn it! I knew it. What? Sorry.
I don't like to speak poorly of people.
Okay,
But-
I'll do it.
No, I got this
okay,
one.
Okay, all right, yeah, because you sure? Because I really, okay, no,
Just
yep.
can you fire a third base coach midseason? I feel like that should be a thing.
That is totally a thing. This happens
Well, I
all
know
the
the Red
time.
Sox fired their whole coaching staff. Just,
Yeah, right, and
a week
they
ago,
hired
but
the coaches for hire coach.
that's right. Maybe Hector Borg could jump on that one.
Yeah. I don't care. I just you can reassign to a different task.
Exactly. I'm not saying don't give the guy a paycheck. I'm just saying get him out of third base box.
Why couldn't
somebody
he go
else
to
has got to do a better job than that.
Yeah, I mean, why can't he hold batting gloves and whisper in guys' ears about what the signs mean?
Yes, whoever that guy at first base is, just bring him over.
Yeah. What's his name?
No idea what his name is. He looks like he's like a CPA.
Well,
at, some
there's a
accounting
reason
firm.
why we're just old men in our closet. But I really don't even feel bad about not knowing his name because, just based on how well the coaching staff for the Giants is performing this year, I don't feel bad about being bad at my hobby at all. God.
I'm gonna go with Shane Robinson.
Shane Robinson.
It is actually Shane Robinson. Number 82 on his back, but number 1 in your heart, Ben.
He's my number one choice for third base coach.
Game 1 didn't go well.
Nope.
Game 2, not much better. And it was Landon Roop Day. I thought, okay, well, they didn't win on Robbie Ray Wednesday.
Yeah.
So now Landon Roop is coming on, and we all know how Roop is the Cy Young
Roop
Award
gets
winner,
him
right?
out of the poop. That's right.
Yep, and I'm not even going to do a Roop thing because he
You're not gonna do it?
he didn't earn it.
Well, that's
this
good
year,
because I've been holding
this
my
game.
breath, and I'm I don't know that I can handle it right now.
Ben, is it just me? Or as soon as the Giants go down a run, the game's over?
No, Matthew. How could that possibly be just you? We're all watching these games. We all Matthew, you're not alone. You're surrounded by hundreds of thousands of people who all share in the same amount of misery as you.
That actually makes me feel a lot better. Okay.
Misery loves company, baby.
It does. And then that game was interesting because Elliot Ramos hit a ball that everybody in the park, except the umpires, thought was a home run. The guy who caught it, he went back to the fence, touches the wall like he's going to watch this ball sail over, and then he runs in 10 feet and catches it. And yet the umpires were like, oh, it's a fly ball. And it wasn't, folks. It hit one of the rafters, and by rule, that should have been a home run.
Yes.
And then it got like all crazy because Frank Anderson and Hauser D's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I think about it, they probably just didn't want to sit around and watch this team anymore.
Yeah.
So they like, this is my opportunity. And they got ejected from the game. And I don't blame them.
Okay, listen,
I would have.
Matthew, if people don't know who Shane Robinson is, there is no way they know who Frank Anderson is. So maybe
Frank Anderson is a director of Major League Pitching.
Oh, good for him.
Yes.
I love it when you have a job that doesn't exist.
That they just threw on him. And he was the pitching coach of the University of Tennessee.
Right. Well, they wanted 2 pitching coaches because Vitello wanted to bring some of his boys with them. But then also they were like, we can't have all college guys take over the team. That might be a bad idea. We might want a few people who have experience. And so they brought in McCarthy.
They brought in Jay Stingler.
And oh, God damn, I knew you were going to say. He doesn't count, Matthew. He doesn't count, okay? Like, I know he, like, was there, but, like, you actually have to soak in some of that knowledge. Okay? And then when you have the knowledge, you should impart it upon the people who don't have that knowledge. You know, like Tony Vitello or Hector Borg or anybody, Jay Stingler. Give anybody a little bit of information. Maybe mensaje. Because, anyway, God, okay. But, you know, I agree. Good on them for getting kicked out of the game. Because that was a get kicked out of the game moment, and at least somebody did. I don't know what it says that it was a non-participating starting pitcher and the coordinator of travel.
Don't diminish him. Director.
Oh, sorry, director of travel. I mean, pitching, whatever it is. Because somebody should have gotten thrown out there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and Vitello just looked puzzled. But moving on to game 3, the only good thing that came out of that is that we have a new closer.
What? No, I watched the end of game 3, Matthew. That we didn't know. How do you know that we have a new closer? Like, how do we know that we have a new closer?
Because Ryan Walker didn't pitch the 9th. He came in the 8th.
Yeah, no, Matthew. They were going to have him do a 2-inning save, I bet. Yeah, that's why he came in. That's why he came in the 8th. He was going to get 6 outs.
Yeah. The director of Major League Pitching.
He hadn't pitched in a while. He hadn't pitched in a while, right? Since he blew the save on game 1 on Thursday, right? So he was fresh. They're going to have him come in and get a 6-out save. Absolutely. Then things went sideways, and he blew the save in the 8th, and so they had Killian come in and mop up, and then Killian took the bullet, because he gave up 2 hits and somehow took the loss. Yeah, so we don't know. We don't know that he has a new closer. And I hope he doesn't. You know why?
No.
Because that's not what you do when you demote your closer. You don't bring him into the exact same situation and give him the opportunity to do the exact same thing. Okay?
But it was the 8th, Ben, not the 9th.
No!
It wasn't the exact same situation.
Oh my God, this is what all the people who were anti-Vitello were talking about, and I just missed it. I missed it so much. Like, this is the experience they were talking about. This is the stuff that he doesn't know. When you demote your closer, you don't put him as your setup dude. Because you're just putting him in the same situation.
When you demote a guy who's struggling, you find a spots for him where you got a 4-run lead and it's the 6th inning or something. You don't put him in a high leverage situation right off the bat.
Yeah, and even Farhan knew that. That's why he sent Camilo all the way back to AAA. Idiot. But, you don't... he lost the closer's job, and in his next outing, he blew the save anyway. That is not putting your guys in a position to succeed. That is not. That is just what. That is not.
Yeah, and it should have been Keaton Wynn, Eric Miller, and then Killian.
Yes,
and so it will be interesting to see if he learns anything from this, or if we keep seeing Walker in high leverage situations. Because, how many times do you got to see it before you be like, okay, I need to make a change?
No, you got to ease that guy back in. You don't throw him into the deep end. and give him a chance to say, hold my beer, you know? And that was definitely Ryan Walker had all of us holding his beer at that point in time.
I'm not holding anyone's beer because I'd much rather have a cocktail.
Right. Totally agree. Totally agree with you.
Do you want to talk about the umpire Wendelstedt thing with Vitello?
Oh, the one where he allegedly said, according to Vitello in his post-game interviews, which are always 100% accurate, that he didn't want to hear any of his rah-rah BS, somehow alluding to the fact that that's why he was hired. No, I don't want to talk about that. Because I don't really feel like defending the Giants right now.
Okay, fair.
So no, I don't want to talk about that.
Well, Bob, you've been kind of quiet. What do you think about this whole situation?
This is my villain origin story.
That a boy, Bob. Yeah.
I couldn't have said it better myself, actually.
I agree.
That's genius.
Yeah.
Oh, Bob. Oh, man. This could be the beginning of some villain origin stories for sure. Ryan Walker's, maybe. Tony Vitello's? I don't know. Somebody's villain origin story is about to start.
Patrick Bailey's.
Oh, we could just name them all.
I don't know. You guys better start taking your lessons on insurance license, because some of you are going to be selling insurance soon. Or locksmithing. You know.
All right, Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Time to break the news. Buster has finally reached his boiling point.
Oh, finally, huh? Was it the fact that he saw the tattoo on my neck?
We learned from Alex Pavlovich and then Susan Slusser and everyone else confirming that the Giants are going to be recalling the Eldridge Knight, Bryce Eldridge.
Oh, God, thank God.
They also are going to be calling up Jesus Rodriguez.
Whoa. The trade of Camilo
which,
finally...
if you recall, a few episodes ago, I was saying was part of the solution.
Yes.
So,
well, okay, don't get excited yet, dude. This is what you do. Look
okay, we're going to talk about this. Okay? Because I do get what you're saying, and we're going to talk about that. But, Ben, the Giants have as many home runs over the last 7 games as Bob.
Wait, Bob, have you hit any home runs over the last 7 days?
That would be a no.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I knew that the Giants didn't hit any, but I just, when you put it in those terms, that they hit the same amount of home runs as a fictional person, that stings a little bit. It stings because he couldn't have hit a home run in the last 7 days, and now I'm realizing that was probably always true for the Giants too. They couldn't hit one either, because even the catwalks were getting in their way. Okay. Well, but the good news is
that we've got
something
some
to
new
talk
blood.
about.
some new blood to help the Giants win, Ben.
Oh, right. Yeah, that too.
Which wouldn't be necessary if Rafael Devers wasn't hitting 214 and Willie Adames hitting $195.
Oh,
okay.
The two big acquisitions of the Buster Posey era. The guys that everybody was like, oh, these guys can hit. Like now, nobody was like, oh, these guys are bad, and they both are bad. They both suck. Rafael, Willie, you guys suck. And
the biggest thing is I'm looking at their strikeout totals. For both have 43 strikeouts. And Devers has 131 at bats, and Adames has 133.
And you know what's funny about that is that's one of the reasons why the old Eldridge Knight has been down in AAA, is to work on his strikeout rate. Meanwhile, up here, the veterans with their long contracts are striking out at exactly the same rate he is. I mean, like,
and walking at a much lower rate.
No, he's walking way more than he's striking out. So, like, I mean, like, he's the 3 true outcomes guy. He's a Schwarber, right? And by the which is these days is a very valuable, good thing, and we're burying him down in AAA. Well, finally Buster comes to his senses, because you know what, Matthew, Buster doesn't have any more bullets to fire. This is his one and only move, and he learned from last year. I can't wait 2 months. I gotta go now. I can't wait 60 games. I have to do it after 30 games. And so he moves now. And we did learn that he does do something, so he is doing something. He's firing his biggest bullet. Here's the problem, though.
What's the problem?
The guy just can't find a good manager who understands the roster that he's building. Will Tony Vitello know what to do with Bryce Eldridge and Jesus Rodriguez? Or will he just do to them what he did with Will Brennan and Gerard Encarnacion and Christian Koss, which is absolutely nothing?
Well, he shouldn't do absolutely nothing.
Well, he shouldn't, but he probably will, because that's what we've seen from the man.
You don't bring up guys like this to have them sit on the bench.
You're right.
I would think that Buster would sit down with Tony and be like, Tony, we got to make a change, and we're going to be bringing up these guys, and they got to play.
Right. Well, what should happen is they both need to play on day one.
Absolutely. If they're not playing on Monday, then why the hell did they call them up?
Right, exactly.
Both should be in the starting lineup on Monday against the Padres.
And if they aren't, folks, there's a real problem with the Vitello regime. They both need to be in the lineup. And if they're not, then Tony doesn't understand what he's doing.
Now, what's interesting is that we don't know who is being let go, who's being removed from the 26-man yet. But there are obviously some candidates. Will Brennan could be optioned, as could Christian Koss. Both of them have options left. Both who have not played at all since they got called up.
So why not option those two?
Yeah, Gerard Encarnacion could also be someone that gets DFA'd because he is out of options and hasn't really done well when they put him in. So all three of those guys, two of those three, I would bet are going to be gone by Monday. So we'll just see how that works out. I guess if you're a betting man, you don't want to get rid of people, so maybe Encarnacion stays. But then you're also reducing how much backup middle infield play you've got besides Casey Schmidt.
Yeah, but then you would be dropping two outfielders, allegedly, for a catcher and a DH.
You can't look at Jesus Rodriguez as a catcher. He is a utility guy. He can play outfield, infield, and catcher.
Okay, so then you're dropping, let's say he's equivalent to Encarnacion.
Correct.
But he's not equivalent to Will Brennan.
Yeah, and Will Brennan's a lefty.
And Eldridge is a lefty. But you definitely can't count Encarnacion, losing two outfielders and replacing them with a utility guy and a guy who definitely doesn't play outfield.
Well, I think Encarnacion and Brennan could both be let go, because then you could have, if they feel like Rodriguez could play right field as well as Encarnacion, then why not?
Well, then you have three outfielders. Don't you? Well, I guess you would have four with Rodriguez.
You have four outfielders, yeah.
And then I guess if you have Koss still on the roster, he can play outfield too. What I'm saying is the Eldridge tonight is not going to be playing outfield, is he? Because I do know that he shagged some balls.
No, he will not be playing outfield.
Right, and so
he's
then
playing
you only
first
have
base or DH.
You generally want to have five guys who can play the outfield, especially when you have a right fielder who they did finally put Lee in center field the other day.
Yeah, they did. And Ben, desperate times call for desperate measures, and I don't think that we can sit here and be like, oh, let's have perfect roster construction at this point. You just need to get guys in the lineup that can hit the damn ball.
I'm just saying that
Eldridge is hitting 333 with 5 homers. Rodriguez was hitting 330 with an 840 OPS. These are guys that should be in the lineup, and they're going to find a way. And so, it limits what you could do with the outfield at times, but What are you going to do?
You're gonna.
What do you mean? I'm not confident. I'm just saying I don't care if they only have 4 outfielders.
Okay, that's fine.
Put your best players on the team.
But, well, that's what Buster's trying to do. But Tony Vitello will probably not put the best players on the field.
Well, and here's how it should play out, because Casey Schmidt can play every infield position, right?
He can.
And Casey Schmidt right now is our best hitter.
Yes, agree with that. So he will definitely be sitting.
So he should be playing shortstop, second base, third base, first base on a regular basis. Yes. And those guys who are struggling like Adames and Devers should be sitting when Schmidt is playing their position.
And I really actually think it would be a good idea right off the bat. And I don't know that this sends the right signal, and I don't know that that's what you care about, but I do know this. Chapman not had, I think, a day off, or maybe has had one, and just pulled an offer in Tampa Bay. So, yes. So I think having Casey go back to his natural position, and then having Eldridge either DH or play first base, and then have Rodriguez play right field, whatever. That's probably what should happen on Monday. So Chapman is sitting. I mean, I don't know who's pitching, but Chapman is sitting. Schmidt's at third.
Well, I feel like Devers or Adames should be sitting on Monday. One of those guys.
You okay? Because you want the signal to go to them.
Well, they're the ones that clearly need a little time to reset.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. Well, I'm just saying,
and
it's not like
they
Matt
shouldn't
Chapman
be
had a great
crying
series
about this because they haven't been hitting. I mean, they're doing crap. So yeah, they should be the ones that are affected by this, at least for the short term.
Okay, I disagree. Because I think Devers had a better series than Chapman did, and I think that Chapman, I don't even know has had a single day off as of yet, and I know he doesn't.
Well, he didn't start one game during the road trip. I think Schmidt started it.
Okay. But I do know that Chapman had an awful series in Tampa Bay, worse than Devers did. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think we're probably splitting hairs at this point. But I do agree that Casey Schmidt could travel the infield. Right, he could play third, he could play shortstop. I don't know that Arise needs to sit, but at some point he probably will need to sit and should. And
well, you put him in the DH and put Schmidt at second.
Sure, yes, and give him a sort of a half day off. Yeah. And then the other question is, does Eldridge play first base or does he sit? And who else plays? There's those question marks because you will need a DH. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I agree with you. It will probably be that way, maybe. But I think there is a real distinct possibility that we will get a sign that the Vitello hiring was a really bad one, and we will see something like Schmidt sitting, or one of these two or both of these guys not playing. I think if we come out with a lineup where Rodriguez and Eldridge and Schmidt are not all in the lineup on Monday, that's a really bad sign. That's a really bad sign. Because I can't imagine that happening. I really can't. I can. I can't imagine that happening because I've seen this coaching staff perform. And right now I do feel like a lot of the guys have risen to their highest level of incompetence. To their level of incompetence, right? Like they have been over-promoted. It feels like a lot of this coaching staff has been over-promoted. And maybe Vitello is one of them. Like, we need to see a configuration that acknowledges that these two guys were brought up to solve problems, and so therefore those problems should be sitting on the bench. And Casey Schmidt is not one of the problems. So
no, absolutely. Absolutely not. And I think you definitely are going to be ruffling some feathers maybe with if you're sitting Adames and or Devers, but at the same time, they've got to know that they're part of the problem.
Yeah, and I think that they have to know that it has now reached the point where the solution is them sitting.
Correct.
Because we cannot have them cause the team to lose day in and day out.
I think the other player that maybe is also impacted by this is Patrick Bailey.
Yes.
And you've got 3 catchers on the roster, 2 of them that can hit a lot better than Patrick Bailey.
Well, you just said one of them was a utility player.
Well, but he could be a backup catcher.
Okay.
That's my point, right? So now you've got a guy that can also move into the catcher position if your Haas is getting...
Yeah, and Haas almost has as many hits as Bailey's had on the whole season now, in his since he's been called up. Yeah, like,
and I think we're at a point now where you can't just be like, oh, Bailey's defense is enough, because when no one's hitting, it's not enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Yeah, and that's the problem where guys like Adonis and Devers playing as poorly as they are. I mean, they're some of your worst hitters when they're supposed to be your best. When you're taking that kind of hit, other guys like Bailey, they do stand out. And his defensive capabilities have not been as good as they have been in the years past. So he's really not delivering that level of benefit. And so yeah, no, I agree. Like I like Bailey.
Well, I do too.
But,
just he hasn't hit, and I think right now the team can't have a catcher that's not hitting.
Right. Well, I like him when he delivers value to the team.
Correct.
Like I'm sorry, I'm
Me
never
too.
one of those guys. I'm not one of those guys who likes a player just because of his vibes. Right? Like, no, you have to be good. You have to, like, it can't just be vibes. This is why Jung-Hoo Lee infuriates me. Like, who, by the way, back on another one of his, I see.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Like, good thing I didn't hold my breath on that one. That because it's like, it's not about vibes. It's about performance. Like, I love it when you perform and you have vibes. Those are my favorite players. And yeah, I'll cut you a little bit of slack, but I think Patrick Bailey's at-bats need to be limited. I think you need to limit Bailey. I think you need to limit Devers. I think you need to limit Adonis. Because not just about sending a message. Those are the guys who are performing the worst. Those are the guys that are hurting you. Like, it's not Ramos,
Exactly.
It's not Schmidt, it's not Arise. I mean,
And
Chapman
at this point, you can't look at the back of the baseball card and be like, oh, look how they can help us.
Yeah, no, I mean, you really have to react to what is happening day to day. And this was my whole argument about Killian and Walker, right? Like, It's like Killian should be in the high leverage situations because he's the guy that has the best ability right now. And that's why you need to do this. Now, yeah, you can't, like, this team is built around guys like Devers and Adonis, but it's not built around Patrick Bailey.
No.
And
it's
so,
not.
yeah, like, you need to limit the ABs of all of those guys. And because, like, you hope that Rodriguez and Eldridge come up and hit, but there's no guarantee that they will. Yeah, and, Eldridge is going to strike out a lot.
He is, but maybe he'll also provide some power, some much.
Oh, man,
power.
maybe he'll hit a home run.
Yeah, and get on base.
Oh,
by
yeah,
walking.
and that too. Yeah, just get on base and make a situation harder rather than like what Devers does, which is like ground out and hit into a double play or just like, do nothing.
Or strike out on 3 straight
Yeah,
fastballs.
just like at least if you walk, you put more pressure on the staff. That's the kind of stuff that we're looking for.
Absolutely. So we will see if that comes to fruition. But you were talking about vibes, Bob. After all these changes, what do you think the vibe is?
That's a 79-win vibe.
Wow.
Oh, so Bob, you're not a fan.
Well, that sounds like overly optimistic to me right now. God, 79. That
man.
sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good, Bob.
At this point, maybe that's something we should hope for.
Yeah, I was
for
like,
sure.
wow, 79 wins. Okay. Hey, Matthew, remember how I said that we can't count on them to win every series 2-1?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
me too.
Yeah,
One can hope.
and be wrong.
They say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only
You
one.
are on this show. You are on this show.
That's true. Anyway, Ben, looking ahead to Monday, the Giants take on the San Diego Padres at home. The Padres have a 19-13 record.
Whatever.
The Giants have not done well against the Padres in recent time.
What are you talking about?
Although we did take care of business in San Diego.
That's right.
So maybe we will do the same at home. Now, Major League Baseball is saying that Trevor McDonald is the probable for Monday's game. As we mentioned earlier, he's not on the roster. So it will be interesting to see what roster move they make, because they do need to bring in someone if they don't do a bullpen. Okay, anyway, Trevor McDonald versus Griffin Canning, apparently. Logan Webb versus Randy Vasquez, and Adrian Hauser-D's Nuts versus Walker Buehler. We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, well, the question is, will Hauser D's Nuts get the second quality start for the Mally and Hauser D's Nuts pair?
Well, Mally had one today. No, he was short. He was just short of it, wasn't he? He almost got out of it. Willie Adama screwed it up for him. So close. So close. And then Willie booted the double play ball.
Well, it's a good thing because, Willie's not there for his defense.
Yeah, he's there for his.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Anyway.
Isn't it time for the booze, boys?
Yes, it is.
What are you drinking, Matthew?
I'm drinking El Jardine in honor of Gerard Encarnacion,
Oh, I like that. Nice.
who may not be
Who
with
might
us
be DFA
much
tomorrow.
longer.
We don't know.
What's in an El Jardine? Well, it is 1.5 ounces of Reposado Tequila, 3/4 ounces of green Chartreuse or Luxardo del Santo Liqueur, 3/4 ounces of Luxardo Maraschino Liqueur, 1 ounce of lime juice, and maybe 1/4 ounce of agave if you want it a little bit sweeter, but that is optional. Put all those into a shaker with ice, give it a good shake until well chilled, and strain into a chilled coupe glass or over a large rock of ice if you prefer. You're going to garnish it with a dehydrated lime wheel, and you're going to make a toast to the Mexicans. Viva la Revolucion. That's what I'm drinking, Bob. El Jardine.
That's a tasty cocktail.
It's actually pretty good. I'm really liking it.
What are you drinking, Ben?
Oh, thank you for asking, Bob. That's very kind of you, Bob. Today I'm drinking a cocktail called Dom You, Forget About Me. And what is in a Dom You, Forget About Me? Well, it's basically a daiquiri, but you pull back on certain ingredients and replace them with Dom Benedictine, that bottle that's been sitting in your bar collecting dust because you forgot all about it. And then you're like, I don't know what to do with this. Well, this is what you do with it. You take 1.25 ounces of rum, 1/2 ounce of Dom Benedictine, 1/2 ounce of simple syrup, and 3/4 ounce of lime juice. You put all of those into a shaker with ice. You shake it until it's well chilled, and then you double strain that into a coupe glass. You garnish it with a freshly sliced lime wheel floating on the top. And that is how you make a Dom You Forget About Me. And that's what I'm drinking today, Bob.
That's a tasty cocktail.
I really did enjoy it. It went down smoothly. It was a little bit of a different twist on a daiquiri, not quite as delicate. Yeah, you know what? I would actually maybe increase the tartness a little bit more. So maybe go full ounce. But hey, you do you. And that's a wrap. We will be back on Thursday. I mean, we're going to record on Wednesday, but the episode will come out on Thursday. After the Giants take on the San Diego Padres. And we will either be talking about the performances of Jesus Rodriguez and Bryce, the Eldridge Knight. Or we'll be talking about how Tony Vitello should be fired. But if you can't wait that long to get your fix, feel free to reach out to us on the social medias where we go by the name Giant Cocktails. You can also find us on YouTube where you can like, subscribe, and comment. But if you forget to do anything else, don't forget to leave us a review on your podcasting platform of choice. But it has to be positive. And it's not positive unless... Bobbert?
It's not positive if it's not 5-star positive.
That's right. And you don't want to disappoint Bobbert. Matthew, it's been great talking San Francisco Giants with you. Mainly because of the brotherly banter. And not because of the Giants' performance. Until next time, Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, Ben. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. The night is free.
Congratulations. You've survived another episode of Giant Cocktails. Until next time, here's mud in your eye.
Congratulations, you survived another Giants series of baseball. You know what? And just as I say that, Matthew, just because of the law of averages, some poor Giants fan didn't. And that breaks my heart.
Didn't what?
Didn't survive the weekend.
Oh. That's true. That's true. But it probably wasn't because of the Giants.
No, I agree. But we don't know that. We don't know that. That would be an interesting thing to study. That would be an interesting thing to study.
How much of a level of a Giants fan are you, and how does your health correspond to the Giants playing? That would be
I would like to think that I'm such a big fan that if I was on deathbed, this weekend would have killed me. That's how big of a Giants fan I am.
It could have been on your tombstone.
That's right. The Giants.
Screw Vitello.
Yeah, Vitello killed me. Vitello's method of demoting a closer did me in.
His last words, Hauser D's nuts.
Hauser D's nuts.
Subscribe now while you're still drunk